the most part, what I do always is I set up everybody on emails for where they can go ahead and gather properties that may interest them in certain areas, things like that, through the multiple list. They can go on HomeSnap, through Bright, and check out properties. They can also, do Google Earth to see like the different things with the neighborhood and things like that. And I have one particular client that was in Singapore. They were on a tour of duty, and how I got them is I had sold their house in Westminster when they were being transferred to Singapore. And so they called me and asked me if I would help them out again in their search. So we were looking for properties in Westminster, in Carroll County, some in Howard County. So basically what happened once they found something, I went ahead, there was a house that had an open house before we had the COVID-19 outbreak. And we had to do a lot of so we started with it on this property. So they had an open house, went to the open house. Everything was done through FaceTime. So our time differential in Singapore was 13 hours. So they made themselves available when the open house happened. And so I drove through the neighborhood with FaceTime going, and then went to the house. We went through the entire home together, the neighborhood together, the outside, in the yard, everything through FaceTime. They did decide on that particular property, and at that point we went ahead and wrote the contract. Everything was completed and sent to their email, and they went ahead and authenticated everything, and their contract was accepted. So through the entire process, everything was either done through video, through FaceTime, email, everything was done through a computer or my phone. When we had the home inspection and other inspections that we had, the home inspector went to the property, I went along, but he did his inspection first and then was able to point out certain things. So when I called the buyer, they were able to go ahead and review the report in person on FaceTime again with the home inspector. We went through if there was any items of deficiency, which were very few. He was able to point those things out with, the phone. They were able to see it and then point out the things, that may have been a concern for them. But home inspection went fine. Any other inspections went fine. Everything was done through video. And then they did everything, signing with their lender. Everything went with the lender through everything through e-signing. Final walkthrough, same thing. Once we were ready for settlement, we did the walkthrough. I did the walkthrough for them, checked the house. Everything was done through video FaceTiming, everything. And then settlement, what happened was the settlement company sent them the documents 3 days prior to settlement. So they had the documents, things had to be notarized and everything. They went to the consulate in Singapore, got everything notarized, did video chats with the title company. Everybody could see everybody. I was there at settlement with them, with the documents, and I put a key box on the house after settlement. And when they flew in, the wife flew in the week later, she was able to get into the house, and they settled and they're in and they're happy. The husband's still in Singapore. He won't be back till probably October, I believe it is. But the wife is here with her son. And so they settled. Everything was done from start to finish, all through the telephone, FaceTime, video chats, everything. And it worked out fine.